Okay. Okay. Hello, welcome, and good evening. Good evening, people. This is, this way, sorry. This is Terra Lumination with a little ASTROBABBLE update. Yay! All the mysteries of the universe. Oh my God, what's my sign? Oh my God, what's happening? Oh no! Oh my God, the sun is in Cancer. Ah! Oh God. We got Neptune in Pisces. Retrograde. Oh no! Oh look! Oh look! Oh look! Oh look! There's a freaking monster T square with Libra, Jupiter and Libra. And then we've got like Pluto and Capricorn. Oh no! And then the full moon in Capricorn late early July. And then all the stuff piling up in Cancer. Oh no! So here we are, folks. This is it. It's Terra Lumination Astrobabble update for the end of June and early July 2017. This is just for fun, just as a sort of like recalibration, okay? So, what's going on? Um, Number one, we're coming up to, let's have a look. Okay, hold on. Next. Look at this. We already made a video about this. This is the Cancer new moon. Okay, so it's coming up in a few days. So you might want to check out the Terra Illumination Cancer new moon, June 23rd, 2017 little video. It might help. But this little video here is happening right now. And it's just a reminder to let you know that there is this big fat freaking monster T square coming up for everybody here at the end of June and into early July. And it's going to be tough on some people, especially the cardinal signs: Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, and Aries. So if you are one of those signs, sun, moon, or rising, or if your personal chart happens to have some very exact trigger points matching 18 degrees Capricorn, 13 degrees Libra, multiple degrees of Cancer, or 27 degrees of Aries, then just pay attention, okay? You don't want to get sideswiped by this thing here. With Mars opposite Pluto, that's like almost like war, okay? It's like almost like warlike energy. It's when you get the god of war facing off with the god of obliteration and death. You know, it can get pretty brutal. It might be actually very, very healing for a lot of people, but it's nicer to do things like that in the fun way than the hard way. So just be careful, and it's going to be felt particularly in the context and the arena of significant one-on-one relationships. Jupiter in Libra is at the sort of apex of this T square. So as Mars and Pluto and the full moon fight it out, so to speak, it could have an impact on your significant relationships and how you are existing and functioning and conducting yourself in the context of these relationships. So just, forewarned is forearmed. Let's put it that way. Of course, you still have the big fire trine. That's awesome. Everybody loves that. Just make the best of it. Obviously, we're not doing a huge report here. This is just a mini Astrobabble update. The other thing that's really kind of cool is this one. I don't know if you noticed this one yet. There's a Neptune retrograde happening. It just started, and it's going to be going on for at least 5 months or so. It's kind of a big deal, but it's very, very subtle. Super, super subtle. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Neptune retrograde. Oh, I should have put that in here, like late 2017. Okay. So let's hold on. Let's just do a quick recap of the retrograde stuff, okay, so that you get a better understanding. Let's just say here's a planet in motion. Yay. And then it goes stationary. Oh, it seems to go in reverse, retrograde. Oh, then it goes stationary direct again. Yay. So, at these critical points here, this is just pretend this is just let's just pretend this is Mercury retrograde because it's very popular, well known, and very well understood. Let's say Mercury's just cruising along, and then it comes to this grinding halt. Uh-oh, and everybody feels it, like crappy things start to happen in their communications and all that stuff. We've all heard of it. And then it goes retrograde for a few weeks. And then it goes stationary again to direct and starts going forward. Well, these retrograde patterns are the same for all the planets that go retrograde. And it's at these trigger points here and here in terms of our real time, here and here, here where we feel the crunch going into the retro, here where we feel the crunch coming out of it, and here is the retro. And this is time, okay? Going like this. This is our personal time, okay? Moving forward through the month, so to speak. Now, this is for Mercury retrograde. And so this is like typically this window here is like maybe 3 weeks, okay? And this happens about 3 times a year, okay? And everybody feels it. Everybody who watches tarot Lumination and all the tarot places and all the astrology places, they all know about this stuff already, okay? So guess what? Guess what happens? It's exactly the same thing for Neptune, okay? Now, Neptune's just doing its thing, and then all of a sudden, well, gently and slowly, it starts to go direct and appears to slow down and go in reverse. Oh no! And then after a while, it reverses and gets back to where it goes. And then you move on. And like as time has moved on, you kind of have to get to this point before things get balanced out again. But what I'm trying to get to here is that this same pattern, let me highlight it. Hold on. Let me just highlight this pattern. I'll do it in bright red just to make it very scary, okay? Like this period here, the retrograde period, for Mercury, that's about 3 weeks. But for Neptune, it's about 5 months, okay? And it's just started right now. So let's just make a note here so that you get it. 5 months, okay? And it's going to go on until the end of November. So what is this? What kind of use is this to you? Well, you know, when you do Mercury retrograde, and how like it's a really good time to like get your car fixed, fix your computer, reboot, reevaluate everything, upgrade your cell phone account, check all your banking, your financing, and your communications. Make sure your emails are working properly and that you're speaking and thinking very, very conscientiously, listening very, very carefully, observing very, very carefully, okay? And it gives you a chance, you get the chance to like fix anything that needs fixing during the retrograde period for Mercury. That's normal. Well, it's the same thing with Neptune, okay? Let's just say this is Neptune retro. So what about it? Like during direct periods for Neptune, everything is just loopity-doo, lovely, 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 lovely. We're all swimming along just nicely in a world of Neptunian delights, all the illusions we can indulge in, all the fantasies, all the dreams, all the movies, all the escapist activities we could ever want to indulge in, all our highest like spiritual aspirations and dreams and wishes. Lovely, 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 lovely. Let's all go on a spiritual like ascension path to divine alchemical release and become closer to heaven. Yay. Okay. That's wonderful. And then you kind of get back into this reality check of what just happened. And so, because during the direct period of Neptune, it's very easy and comfortable for us to indulge ourselves in the shadow side of Neptune, where it's, you know, you can be an expert self-medicator. You can be an expert at hiding and burying all your painful issues that need to be addressed. And so what happens is when Neptune goes retro, guess what? Okay, let's just do it this way. Let's just do this. Guess what? Everything that seemed hunky-dory and just zippity-doo about Neptune gets exposed for things that are not so cool. So what happens is you can be exposed. It's like a reality check. It's coming back down to earth again, where you get to explore and understand and feel it in your body, the energies of like illusions, delusions, deception, self-deception, falsehoods, lies, treachery, betrayals. Lies, we said that. Treacheries, we said that. Um, Basically fake anything, fake everything, like fake friends, fake news, fake feelings, uh, like, you know, just pretending as if everything's okay. And so, even though this sounds like, oh God, do I really want that to happen? It's actually good news. It's really, really good news for when Neptune goes retrograde, because it really gives us a chance to have a reality check and start to weed out and filter and see what is untrue in our lives. Okay? And of course, because these are very, very deeply buried issues, it's not like Mercury retrograde where we're going to handle it and deal with it pretty quick. It's going to take months for this stuff to filter through, and it happens in very subtle ways. And so you might hardly know that it's happening, but it's really good for self-healing in the proper way, as opposed to like Neptune direct self-healing in the like, oh, I'm going to upgrade my medical marijuana account. I'm going to get double doses because I realize I've also got not only anxiety but stress, and I've got woe is me syndrome, and I've got like super achy breaky heart syndrome. So we need that too. So I need triple doses. Thank you very much, doctor. But with the Neptune retrograde, it's like, wait a minute. Let's go deep inside and figure out these issues directly and look at the truth of what's going on here, especially with Saturn retrograde still going strong in Sagittarius in kind of a square to the Neptune Pisces energy anyway. So even though there might be some uncomfortable revelations about what's not true, it's actually good news. Okay, does that make sense? It's actually good news, and it's very subtle, and it's a subtle experience. But you get a chance to heal without getting into too much trouble. And so the idea would be to surrender to the truths, and as the veils are pulled away and all these sort of so-called negative energies are released and experienced, and you can have a chance to address them personally and directly, uh, which is very good for your own personal evolution, and it will trigger you to have hopefully less of a chance to want to self-defeat. That's a very, very important one, because all of these issues here come down to self-defeating behavior, which none of us really need. Okay, we don't need that. So this has to go. And so the whole point of Neptune retrograde is we have a chance to figure out what has to go. And it'll happen, again, very subtle ways. But it's really good for uh, like getting ourselves back in balance again. So we've got months and months to do this, and it just started. Okay, so it's gonna ramp up, and we're gonna feel it over the summer and into the fall and even into early winter. Okay, so there you go. What was that other thing I was gonna mention? Oh yeah, sorry, we're here right now. Let's just do it. Hold on, I just did that. We just did that. Is there any more paper? Yes, here we go. Let's just put all this over here. Okay. So we're coming up into July. So we've got the July generals for tarot coming up. And soon we're going to have July tarot for love and relationships, if I can spell. So this is what's coming up really soon. These have just come out live. They went out, I don't know, in the last 24 hours. So help yourself, everybody. Go for it with the July generals for 2017, and give us another week or so or more to come up with the July Tarot Love and Relationship. So again, thank you, everybody. Just pay very close attention. Don't get sucked into all the dramas and battles and fake everything going on with the at the end of June and early July with the that big. Okay, I'm just giving you another last minute heads up. Like, just be careful of this big fat T square. Okay, don't let yourself get hurt. Don't get sucked into anybody else's hurt. Just take care of yourself, nurture yourself, mind your own business, love you first, okay? So that's what we're going to do here, because that's what we do here on Tarot Illumination. So thank you very much for a Tarot Illumination ASTROBABBLE update for the end of June and early July 2017, just for fun. Okay, bye. Bye.